Of course, the boys playing with the. But that's not a toy. That's a real dream. So I see him. Come on, Paul.
Oh, I'm just checking that. You should have waited for your video. Okay. My mama told me the story of how she and my daddy first met. She remembers the sun was shimmering on the ocean at Somerset Long Bay. This is where, in her words, a kind king appeared just in the nick of time to hold the seashells she had collected while diving. My mama remembers that the shells were beautiful, but my daddy, he was more concerned with the beauty of the young woman who found them and didn't hesitate to offer to hold them for her. Such a gentleman. But my mama wonders if this handsome and funny man had a plan. Whether he had a plan or not, he could always put a smile on her face, and not too long after, they were married in August 1980 at the Hamilton Seventh-day Adventist Church. Some of my mom's fondest memories with my daddy come from the many years they spent cruising and flying around the world, especially the trips they took with their best friends, Derek and Lynette Oldboy, my godparents. My mama remembers the amazing opportunity she had with my father in helping to raise and love Danica Utterbridge, the mother of my first two nieces, Zai and Diende. But in 1993, it was time for my parents to have a child of their own. And on January 10th, my father was so excited to welcome his baby girl into the world. Gary Linsfield DeShield loved his little angel Gary Lynn so much, and we can only wonder how they came up with her name. But despite this etymological mystery, it would take no detective to see that Gary Lynn was 100% a daddy's girl. One of Gary Lynn's earliest and fondest memories comes from our daddy letting her brush his hair every morning after he got ready for work. I'm not sure if this slowed him down or saved time, but daddy never seemed to be late for work, so I guess it worked out. Gary Lynn also remembers climbing rocks at Spittle Pond, where no matter how dangerous we thought it was as children, we always felt safe with daddy. And there we had so much fun every time we would go exploring the rocks and caves at Spittle Pond. Gary Lynn used to love doing the secret handshake, and they even did it every morning. And she still knew it into adulthood, which I can confirm is a secret because I'm 25 years old and I still don't know it. Maybe she'll pass it on to little JJ, and that'll be my chance to just happen to see it. Maybe. Who knows? But you see, one of Gary Lynn's most cherished memories with our daddy was him walking her down the aisle on her wedding day. My heart is where you'll stay. This is why I love you. This is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me. And who could forget the most beautiful father-daughter dance? Come on, guys. Our father was so excited to be a part of his baby girl's wedding. But my mother does report that his heart did sink a tiny bit as he gave over his daughter to another man. But he felt secured that Antoine was the best son-in-law he could ever ask for. But you see, one thing is for sure. Our father's joy went through the roof on June 24th of 2020 when his first grandson, Antoine McLeod Dillis, better known as JJ, was born. And let me tell you this right now, let me tell you, Papa loved that boy JJ. I mean, he loved that boy JJ like he was his own son. And Gary Leon told me one time our daddy hadn't seen JJ in like 2 days, and he called her demanding to see his son JJ. And Gary Leon was like, "Daddy, it's only been 2 days." Gary Leon, "Nah, I need to see my grandson." I can only imagine the interaction between these two. You see, Daddy really loved JJ with all of his heart. And even though he wasn't much help with Papa on his boat, I know that he still loved bringing him around every time that he would work on his boat. And don't worry, JJ, we're gonna make sure that you go out on Papa's boat one day. We're gonna make sure. I know I haven't met my nephew JJ in person yet, but he already reminds me of myself. I remember loving every time Daddy would take us down to his boat. We had so many amazing times swimming and jumping off the floating docks, and I even have scars to prove it. But scars aside, my father always did whatever it took to protect us. One of my earliest memories of my father is him shielding Gary Lynn and me from a crazy sandstorm at the beach. Talk about living up to a name. He was literally the shield. Get it? The shield? But anyway, our father was such a great man. And I know he was because I'm only able to make this video due to the fact that he was a master with a camera. I was looking over some of his shots thinking, wow, this guy is really a pro. I'm nowhere near as good as he is. I can only hope and pray to be at his level one day. You see, Daddy knew how to capture a moment, and he was there for all the moments that mattered. As he got older, I remember praying, just make it to one more milestone. Just make it to one more milestone. And he was there for Gary Lynn's graduation from university. Just make it to one more milestone. And he was there for my graduation from university. Just make it to one more milestone. And he was there when I married my beautiful wife, Diamond. And he told me how amazing he thought she was. Just make it to one more milestone. And he was there, holding Gary Lynn as she walked down the aisle at her wedding day, happy as ever. Just make it to one more milestone. And he was there from JJ's first day on earth, loving him like he was his own son. And Daddy was there until his last day, putting a smile on mother and sister's face as he joked around like he always did. JJ, my young warrior, Papa isn't gonna make it to your first birthday party. But just know, he loved you with his whole heart. And if you're watching this in the future, I know that Papa will be proud of the man that you've become. You see, Daddy was there for so many milestones, and he always made the moments matter. We love you, Daddy, and we will make sure that your legacy lives on. To everyone watching this, make someone smile today, because if Gary DeShield was still here, that's what he would do, because that's what he always did. He was there for all the moments that matter, and he made all the moments matter even more.